Hello, welcome back to Behind the Counter, the podcast presented by Kitestring, where we take you behind the scenes of retail technology to let you know about trends, insights from the people that live and breathe this on every day. I'm your host, Vicente. Picture this. It's a Saturday afternoon. The store is busy. You have a line forming behind you, and everything is just depending on one moment. Tap, chip, or swipe. Most of the time, it works, and no one cares. No one thinks about it twice. But when it doesn't, the whole shopping experience collapses, and everything goes to hell for the store. What's interesting is that whenever it works perfectly, we don't think much about all of the things that happen behind the scenes.
Sure.
But when it fails, it's the only thing that a customer will remember.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're talking with one of the leaders who lives specifically for that moment. Bobby Mathias from Aurus Inc. How are you, Bobby?
Doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Welcome, and thank you for being here.
Sure. So, talking about that very situation,
Yes.
I've personally been there as a customer, facing that, and it's a very embarrassing situation for sure. But where we bring in that sort of a shift for each merchant is
Right.
that when we as Aurus Pay, if we are a payment gateway for them, that's the very key area in which we are always focused.
Yep.
We make sure that systems, not even locally, they are up from a data center standpoint also. So from the in-store piece way to the backend piece, we
Right.
make sure that systems are all up and working. Even though there's a network outage or anything happening at the store,
Right.
we make sure that all those are all catered and the end customer doesn't face anything. So even though there's a network outage or anything happening physically at the store, we are storing transitions in store and forward and getting the end merchant the best rate, and then the customer doesn't fail anything.
And from a modern architecture standpoint,
Sure.
platforms that prioritize that seamless experience,
Yes.
that this invisibility almost for the customer,
Sure.
those are the ones that win the battle, in my mind.
Obviously. Nowadays, what happens is that customer, the merchant, let's talk of the merchant,
Sure.
right? In any retail industry, they all go through the words that, hey, we need a good solution which will look good. But nowadays, with this shift of what people are wanting to know is not only that it should look good, it should, at the back end, it should work good, right?
It should
It
just
should be
work.
reliable.
Yes.
It should be maintaining total uptime. No
Yes.
matter if we are lacking on some sort of a good-looking, product,
Yes.
at the end of the day, it should work.
100%. I was at a restaurant one day having dinner with some friends.
Sure.
And the cashier brought a mobile terminal, right?
Yep.
And she was asking how we're going to split the check, so we were telling her. And she was able to do all of that in the UI. And
Right.
I was, out of curiosity, just asked her how did she like her provider.
Sure.
And she's like, this is fantastic. And I said, okay, what's the thing that you don't like?
Mm-hmm.
And this was good. What she told me was like, sometimes when I'm paying, it kind of lags.
Right.
And from her as a cashier, she doesn't know that
Right.
payments is separated from the checkout experience, from the point of sale, right? But for her, the only thing that stuck to her was that the car sometimes lags. She has to retry. She has to do it. And you are in this restaurant that is underneath at the bottom of a
Understood.
building.
Understood. Yeah, I've been there.
Easy,
Yep.
very nice, smooth, to the point in which you have to pay, and then
Sure.
you break the magic of your atmosphere. Because
Correct.
Can
And
you try again, please? You have a different card. I'm sorry, it's not reading the tab.
Right. And
So-
it's a very embarrassing moment.
And I'm talking perhaps about hardware. So how do you guys, how do you fit this balance between, yes, I have my infrastructure that is
Sure.
solid. I
Sure.
have a network that is going to be reliable.
Agreed.
But you also have that hardware side. How do you
Yes.
bring in that into the
So
conversation?
first of all, what we do is that we don't leverage the hardware software which comes by default.
Okay.
So where our one of the USP is that we write our own software which sits on these hardware devices. So if you call the major OEMs like Ingenicos or the Veriphones, obviously we like their hardware very much. They are the ones on which we run actually, right? So, but the thing is that we write our own software which sits on it, and that gives us the whole command to control the application wherever and however we want.
That's fantastic because from a retailer standpoint, I know which provider I like.
Agreed.
I know
Agreed.
what my store works best.
Correct. And then you get the command of governing the hardware at your
Right.
own will, right?
Right.
Now, I know during the holiday season, if you're talking about a particular scenario in retail, specifically during the holidays, as we just came in from holidays,
Yes.
we know that for certain merchants, November 7th to 31st December is going to be rush hour.
Yes.
Right? It's not going to be
Yes.
like a common 365-day normal working business day. So in that case, what we can do is we can tweak the nuisances which is happening in the application, like the configuration parameters. We can make it lightweight. We can make it show lesser ads just to make the checkout experience more quicker and faster.
Okay.
And that's something that we are able to individually manage it per merchant and keeping the merchant in loop or the retailer in loop. And that actually the merchant likes it. Because it speeds
what you're
up.
talking about
Yeah.
is beyond just the payment provider. I'm
Obviously.
talking about a responsiveness
Sure.
to your business
Yes.
based on what your offers. Because I can picture, for example, large retail has that holiday peak.
Right.
But C-store, for example,
Right.
maybe during the summer vacation because there's a lot of people on the road.
Sure.
Right? So their peak season has to adjust.
Correct. So where I was going through is
Yeah.
that if we do this for tier 1, that's our beauty.
Yeah.
We do it for one merchant, it can be replicated for any merchant. So we
100%.
currently do it for tier 1, tier 2s, but obviously we do have partnered in with SMB merchants also, and they can also leverage the exact same thing what we have copied for a tier 1 or tier 2 merchant.
You know, that's a need also from the point of sale platform.
Sure.
Like I
Yes.
need to adjust. We talk about like dynamic pricing, for example. We have ESLs in the store as a technology that
Absolutely.
could leverage and adjust to who's buying. So you are bringing this dynamism into the payment world as well.
Yes, and the agnostic behavior of it. So what happens is, like for say, you gave an example of a restaurant in which you went with your friends, right? So with mobility checkout, I still have gone through some such restaurants in which you need to carry this bigger device with a printer on it.
Yeah.
At times the printer will not get printed with the receipt, and
Because
then you'll
of
have to go at the back.
connectivity, Yeah.
So what we do is we bring that agnostic behavior to any merchant. So now on a countertop, if you're paying on counter, you will have a bigger device.
Right.
You can also mix and match with a smaller puck, just a small device to just accept. So you're not even looking at SKU, you're just doing a tap on just a small puck and you'll get the receipt automatically. You can do it on email, you can do it on text, and if you want to print, obviously the old school way, you can still do that. But with us
I love
being
that,
in the
old
midst,
school way.
yeah, so with we being in the midst, what happens is we understand the need of the merchant.
Right.
If we need to go to the merchant, you can go with a smaller device within
Right.
the same location, and then you have your old-fashioned countertop in which you want to do all the tweaks and balances to showcase how your business does. And that's what we bring to any merchant. And plus, with the agnostic behavior of a device from A to B, we bring the same sort of a checkout experience to the end customer. So you standing in front of a booth or the counter to do a checkout will exactly have the same experience of you sitting at home doing an online order
Right.
versus having a smaller device on a puck in which you're just doing a tap.
Which is crucial for this
Yeah, it's
omni-commerce
about that
idea.
experience.
Correct.
Yeah, it's about
Correct.
that experience and bringing that omni-channel sort of a behavior to any merchant.
Well, let me ask you something, because all of this that we're talking is a storefront and customer experience, and the idea is to remove, to make it seamless, right,
Yes.
everywhere. But I have this thought that friction and complexity
Sure.
cannot be created or destroyed. So if you
Absolutely.
remove the complexity and the friction from the front, you're pushing it to the back. What
Correct.
do you guys do on the back end, on the reporting side, on the risk settling side? So if you remove the messiness from there, it has
Sure.
to go somewhere. So what do you
Obviously.
do on the back?
That's where we kick in, right?
Okay.
We have our automation test strips. We are real-time reporting. We use Aurus-based store place for real-time reporting. We not only do reporting for the merchant, we take care of due diligence also. So
Right.
what everyone is always focused and is talking about is how well the merchant is doing, right?
Yeah.
What we also focus via store place is we have our automation engines internally looking at sequences and any sort of anomalies. And if you're a merchant, if you're logging into our store place reporting portal, you'll see the good part of it, that what your sales are, what's everything. But in the midst, what we do is that we are looking at your decline trends. We are seeing that if any sort of a fraud can be attempted at your location.
Okay.
We are doing real-time geographical spread check that whether a specific bin range of a MasterCard gets declined.
Okay.
We'll notify you as a merchant via store place that, hey, this is what we are seeing within the region happening with other merchants.
Okay.
Beware, right?
So
we see a location getting oftenly, the devices are getting moved on within that store, right? The devices are not getting powered on. We see a network fluctuation, right? Everything for this with our due diligence, we share that with that store place portal access with you.
So your platform offers all of these capabilities. What does that mean for the retailer?
For the retailer, the good thing is that if, for example, you are an A retailer, right?
Right.
You're going for credit to A merchant, you're going for debit for a B processor like Pfizer, you're going for credit, you're going for with Chase for debit.
Right.
And then you're doing PLCC with some other provider, your
Sure.
gift doing with something else. With us, and we being in the payment orchestration, first of all, we are certified with more than 195 plus processors across the globe, right? So with us, you can have a seamless sort of a checkout. You are using one device, you are using one POS system. The checkout experience remains the same. No matter within even a single ticket, if you are doing multi-tender, you can do credit, you can do debit, you can do PLCC, you can do even gift.
Yeah.
All together within one transaction, you'll need not have to go to different devices. You'll need not have to log in into different payment platforms to look at what the checkout experience was, or was it approved, declined, it got settled or something. You can just come into store place. We bring that ease to the end retailer that, hey, before this I used to go to the POS partner or Visa, MasterCard or Bank of America for Pfizer.
Implement something, change something.
Now what we bring in that we'll take the whole payment integration load for the retailer. We will be your advocate.
Okay.
We will take all your pain, we'll integrate into our systems because obviously we maintain that sort of a partnership with all these vendors. Right? So you call Pfizer, you name any POS partner, you go with any specific device type, we already have integrations. So what we bring to the merchant is that, hey, just feel comfortable, sit back, watch at the magic show.
We'll take care of it
We'll take care of it for everything. And what another thing we do is that whenever we onboard a merchant, we don't think that it's a new customer being onboarded. It's always an extend to a family.
Okay.
We treat every merchant as our partner. We treat every individual as a family member, and that's how we take care of us.
So, I had one question that I wanted to ask you in this. What is one misconception you want to clarify, one myth that you want to bust right now regarding payments or the relationship or the needs or something that maybe the customers walk in having the first conversation with you with an assumption?
So one thing which I've seen especially during this time of the year is that AI in payments has been hyped up to a very big extent in which they're not realizing with AI, just wanting AI to do payment stuff, some things are to be dealt in the older way or the old school way, right? AI can help you to an extent, but it can't take decisions for you based on whatever your behavior you are. It will give you a trend analysis, but that's the thing which I feel is a bit of a hype in which people are just asking for, hey, okay, are you doing something in AI? We'll need you. But they need to know that with AI, are you getting your resiliency? Are you getting your uptime? Is this what your real ask is? Right? If you want AI for some needs, you can use it. That's fine. We do AI.
But you need to find the right use case, the right niche for it.
Absolutely. So what happens is nowadays people use AI and actually it's not AI, it's automation which is being used. And that's a big shift which we have seen. So we do have tools internally. We have our own, tool. It's called Yantra. It's automation testing. It's helping the end merchant, right? For now, if you are a merchant already, and then you'll like to test your own application, you'll need to know what the user experience is before it goes to the field, right? And you had to invest in quality analysts and people and looking at reports and stuff like that. We took everything that away. We have Yantra in which you can run 8,000 test scripts within 3 hours, 4 hours. On a nightly basis, what I've seen is that you keep a job, you come in morning, you'll see all your test cases like approved, fail, pass, and that's the area you need to focus on. So you're
From
not only helping the merchant to get ease on payments, you're also helping them elsewhere. Like if you want to test your own application, use Yantra. If you want to look at reporting, use StorePlace.
I mean, that's tremendous because from an application development standpoint, right?
Sure.
I'm gonna be making changes to my point of sale all the time. I want to make sure, I want to have confidence that what I'm gonna throw out there is gonna work, and I'm not suddenly fail and turn down my payments. Basically, if you don't charge anything, you don't have payments, you don't sell, you don't have a store.
Correct.
So I really like that idea. And let me, you mentioned the AI being a hype.
Yep.
If AI is a hype, what's one technology that you are excited for during this 2026 that you know it's coming or you guys are already experimenting with that you can tell us that it's not a...
Obviously, AI to an extent, yes.
Yes.
For payments, I think so. But for reporting purposes, surely AI is a very big thing which everyone needs to invest into, which we are also. The other thing is frictionless, less touch points. If I walk into a store, the best thing I would like is that I just grab and go.
Okay.
I need not worry to check of which 16 cards I need to pay with. I don't need to use any specific loyalty coupon which I may have already used it 2 years ago, or if it's pending to be used.
Right.
I need payments to be that mature in which it will know that, hey, okay, this is Bobby shopping in. It's a loyal customer with A, B, C card types.
Right.
This is the best card to be used. The things will get shipped. I just walk in, I grab my stuff. I don't get all of my stuff. Rest of it will get to your store.
So
that's the ease.
Right, no, and that's a fantastic use case to aim for. But I'm thinking about it that there is also a lot of cultural shift.
Sure.
From a user standpoint, a lot of trust that needs to be created to begin with.
Agreed.
Because, in the United States, the cybersecurity threats are every day.
Yes.
And every so often you go and see there was a data breach.
Sure.
And a lot of it has to do with PCI data. You know, someone took advantage of some breach somewhere, and now my credit card is out there.
Agreed.
And then you have your credit card used, and your bank, if your bank is good, they're going to reach out to you and like, hey, they're going to flag it, stop it, and help you.
Sure.
But that already eroded the trust of the customer.
Correct.
So whenever you're telling them, I need you to trust my system with your whole identity, with your financial instruments.
Agreed.
To me, it seems a little, right now, it seems like a nice to have, but I'm very interested into how we get there.
You should, no, that's a very valid point. And certification along with PCI and PII security is a must for everyone. You never know what's going to get breached at what level and when, right? Nowadays, these hackers, they are coming up with too many things. And as I was mentioning, AI, they use AI to do even hacking.
Yes.
Right? So you never know what's going to happen with you. But with a gateway like us, who is the P2P certified PCI listed, we make sure that all transaction in flight or even data at rest, right? It's all encrypted. So no matter by any which means, which not going to happen, knock on wood, but if any hacker even does get access of any data.
This is not a challenge, guys.
This is not a challenge. But still, I would challenge you to an extent.
I'm so sorry, Bobby. Give me a
That's
second.
fine.
The camera stopped recording.
Did we exceed 30 minutes? No. Yes.
I'm so very sorry.
No, that's fine.
We can pick up from there. Sorry,
Okay.
We're talking about the
So
hackers.
what I was saying is that, like you were saying, it's not a challenge, but if it happens that anyone gets access to your transaction data, with us being in the midst, everything being encrypted point to point, you can use end-to-end encryption. Everything we know as a merchant will be safe.
Okay.
You will not be able to decrypt anything. We'll be using all private keys, all data encryption or data in transit, whatever the handshake we do, it's all going to be secure.
I love that.
And
because
that's
the
what
way.
every
Correct.
merchant asks nowadays,
Yeah.
because they don't at earlier stages, like 4 or 5 years ago, this wasn't an important thing. We just need payments, nowadays, payments with security and a fraud check, which we do by default internally, it's a major ask and major success as to what any merchant feels more comfortable with.
Well,
And that's what we get.
not just the merchant, because I think that message needs to be extended to the customer.
Sure, obviously.
Like-
And that's where the customer feels also, that if I'm going with a merchant
Right.
in which they have a better experience, that's how they spread the word of mouth,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
That, hey, it was easy, right? Like going back to an example of the restaurant, if when you probed the waiter, right, or whoever was attending you, that if they're fine, right,
Yeah.
the food is fine, the checkout is fine, and she's mentioning that, hey, everything looks good. You yourself will speak with 4 different friends of yours that go over there, the food is great, and the payments is seamless,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
To an extent, that happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Hey, because someone recommends you, right? Someone asks you, come to town, like, where's your favorite place to go? And then
Sure.
you tell them like, that the environment was great,
Absolutely.
the food was fantastic. And if I didn't have any problems, but because if I did have problems with my payment,
That's where,
oh,
again,
that
that's,
time I was there, someone
yeah, it's a
got my
thin
card.
line between
Yeah.
both, but yes, it matters.
But it absolutely word of mouth. What are you guys focused at NRF this year?
So a couple of interesting things. First of all, we need to speak with merchants and see what their pain areas are. We always like to keep that shift in which we are not assuming on things. We
Right.
are at least meeting the merchant, speaking with them, and coming to know what their pains are,
Okay.
and then help solve them.
Okay.
Bringing that sort of a seamless checkout experience is one of our goals, and that's what we deliver as of today. But apart from this, if there are any other areas to be worked upon, that's where we are focused, and that's where always our focus has been. That we fall, and that is where we come to know that here is where we fell. We do a retrospection. We come up head started with a working solution for what we fell for,
Right.
and then give that sort of experience to the end merchant. And then if there are any other things to be worked upon, obviously we are in. We don't skip what's happening in trend,
Right.
like AI, agentic commerce, automation. We are there. We have our products. You can surely visit our booth. It's on 3rd floor,
Okay.
NRF 366 4675.
Okay.
And we are showcasing too many products over there.
Love
we are doing launches. We have a wide variety of all the OEM providers over there. We have a gas pump. We have an EV charging station which we partner with. We have a Masgen self checkout in which you just no need to scan a SKU anymore. Just keep the product besides the scan area, and
Right.
it will auto detect.
One of our partners here is also showcasing
Sure.
a technology like
Yeah.
that because it's
So
it's
this
where
is
we're going.
yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
going.
Obviously, so this is what we are doing. We are being with the industry. We are still being old school in solving merchants' issues. Plus, our focus at NRF is to showcase what we are doing and then speak and listen to the merchant of this is where we can help you.
Right.
What all other pain areas you want us to help you, and Aurus will be there.
Love it. Bobby, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you
Sure.
for having me here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, everyone, for another episode of Behind the Counter.
Bye-bye. Thank you.